Bye! 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 And use the MAC5 code if you want to get a little off. If you know what I mean. I'm talking about money. Hi friends! Regularly I get comments from people explaining to me that the Bullworker cannot build muscle and or that I'm a bleeping scammer who's in it for the sweet, sweet cash. So before we start this video I'm gonna do a quick Scooby. Now I'll have a raspy voice for the next week, thank you very much. Anyway, I've done 3 videos already explaining this situation. This will be the 4th, and I'm quite certain that there will be a 5th since it's such a die-hard myth. But today, I'll try to keep things brief. First of all, I'll be the last person to tell you that the Bullworker is superior to free weights. It might be better than free weights regarding some muscle groups, but for the most part the Bullworker, just as free weights, is a measuring tool of strength. That's really all it is, a way to track progress. Think about it like this, you could push against a wall all day and you'd still grow. As time goes on you'd have to push the wall longer and harder to ensure that you keep growing, but in theory you will grow as long as you keep your body challenged. But pushing an immovable object every day for the rest of your days would be kind of tedious, and that's why we like fitness contraptions, because it makes us better at counting to 12 and it makes it easier to track if we are actually going somewhere. But that's not enough reason to convince you. No, you're a real skeptic, aren't you, Billy? You look at me and you think, is this idiot really comparing walls to free weights? Is this guy stupid? What's up with this dude? Is he under the influence of something? Has he snorted 3 hams through his nostrils before making this video? Well, clearly, but also answer me this. If the Bullworker doesn't work for building muscle, can someone please explain to me what the magical property is in Bullworkers that refrains our muscles to grow when we use them? What's the property found in free weights that lacks in the Bullworker, or hell, any alternative fitness device that will kill our gains? Please enlighten me, oh woke ones. Hey, I use both free weights and a Bullworker. I never made a secret of that. However, this boy here, I can guarantee you that this guy doesn't curl iron. Yet he puts the less natural to shame, bruh. So how is that possible? Well, I didn't want to go there, but I guess some people require a lesson on the basics of what actually causes muscle growth. Okay, so there are 3 main mechanisms which determine muscle growth. For emphasis, I say it once more, these 3 things that I'm going to name are the most important mechanisms which determine if your little ass will grow, okay? So listen closely. The first super important thing for growth is the use of free weights. Really important. It has to be free weights. Only dumbbells, barbells and cables work. And calisthenics too, ever since 2015. Before that time, calisthenics couldn't do jack because it wasn't trendy enough. No. Just no. Shut up. Here's the real list. Allow me to be serious for a second, I've been joking way too much. This should have been like a 2-minute video. You have 3 real mechanisms. Well, you have more, but these 3 are by far the most important. Number 1, you have mechanical tension. This basically has to do with the amount of tension you place on your muscles during an exercise. So to keep things simple, this has to do with the workload, and this is pretty much considered the most important factor for strength gains. And it's the main reason you grow from exercise. Can you see this at all? No, you can't. Second, we have metabolic stress. This basically means that you'll train until you feel sore, until an exercise becomes painful. This is more or less caused by time under tension. It's why 3 sets of 12 will give you a pump, while 3 sets of 5 typically will not. Because longer periods of stress will cause more hypertrophy, and it's the main reason why the biggest guys aren't necessarily the strongest and vice versa. Third and lastly, if you can read it at all, is muscle damage. This basically happens whenever you challenge your body. You break muscle fibers, you build them up while you sleep, you become bigger. Simple as that. But more muscle damage occurs when we fully control a movement and we don't use power moves. So instead of doing this, we do this, right? Controlled movements. And this is the reason why power athletes aren't necessarily the biggest guys, because they use explosive power over controlled movements. So these are the most important factors for muscle growth. These are the foundations, the basics, the 101s on what makes a muscle grow. So, can free weights induce all these factors? You betcha. How does the Bullworker stack up? Can the Bullworker cause mechanical tension? Of course. As long as we can cause resistance, we will experience mechanical tension. And I find it hard to argue that the Bullworker wouldn't cause mechanical tension, but I'm sure that all the non-believers can easily compress a black spring-loaded Bullworker like they can compress the air between their armpits. What about metabolic stress? Can the Bullworker cause metabolic stress? Can the Bullworker cause exhaustion? I'd assume so. If you think it doesn't, then you should try my advanced chest workout without taking a break. Tell me how that goes. Tell me how not exhausting that workout is. 3. Can the Bullworker cause muscle damage? Yes. Can it cause sufficient muscle damage that's on par with free weights? Well, that depends. Do you do all your reps like this? Or controlled like this? I mean, either are good for improving your body, but only one will emphasize muscle growth. You wouldn't throw around dumbbells if growth was your goal, so why do spastic reps with the Bullworker? I don't get it. If anything, by working like this, most likely you'll train in a rep range that you don't find challenging to begin with, and therefore metabolic stress and mechanical tension are also negatively affected for overall goals. However, nonetheless, basically all of these important factors are met as long as you keep moving. But how much you utilize these mechanisms depend mostly on you. If you cannot grow while using the Bullworker, it's likely that the blame lies by yourself. And of course, the classical
7 seconds per exercise
is not a sufficient plan for optimal growth. I have seen it a few times where someone would comment something like, "You scamming son of a bird, you cannot fucking build enough muscle in 7 seconds." And to that I say, I know, kind sir, but then again, I've never said that you should. Now did I, you tallywhacker? Do controlled reps, sets, simple as that. And with that I end this video. You know what to do next time someone questions the superiority of the Bullworker over all else. Just show them this video and make sure that against their own wishes and free will, all the non-believers order a Bullworker through my referral links, and make sure all those heathens use the MAC5 coupon code so they get a little bit off their order. That's all. Thank you for watching. Get to Bullwork, and I'll see you all next time.